Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shirani. Today I'm going to show you how I make my peach jam. Okay, so for this recipe I'm using 7 peaches and that's a little bit over 2 pounds. I just wanted to weigh it out so you can see. As always, I'm going to have the exact measurements in the description box below for you. I have already washed these, so now I'm going to take my knife and make a little cross on the bottom of each one and put them in some boiling water. Carefully lower each peach in a pot and you're going to leave them in there for 45 seconds, no longer than that. You're not trying to cook the peaches, this is just to help the skin loosen up so it will be easier to peel. After the 45 seconds is up, I'm going to put them in some ice water and this will stop them from cooking. When I was testing this recipe, I peeled some of the peaches without boiling it and the color of the jam looked totally different, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to show you in the end what that looks like. Before I peel the peaches, I like to go ahead and prepare the jars. The way I do that is put them in a pot with enough water to cover the jars. And I'm going to set this on the stove and put it on low heat. And the reason I'm doing that is so when I put the hot jam in the jars, they don't break. And by the way, these jars are already washed and clean. Okay, let's peel the peaches. Would you just look at this? Look how easy this is to peel. Oh my gosh, I just love this. This is by far my favorite way to peel peaches, and it's the easiest way to peel your peaches. It's just like magic. I have to say though, this works best if your peaches are riper. If the peaches are not so ripe, it will be harder to peel even if you do it this way. So just take the time and let your peaches ripe up a little bit. Your peaches will be a little bit slippery, so you'll have to rinse it off in the water. And I don't mind rinsing it in the water because I washed the peaches before I boiled it. I usually like to just cut out a wedge first and then keep cutting it. And that works for me, but this time the peaches were a little bit too slippery. They were riper, so I was afraid I was going to cut my hand, so I just cut it up like this. I'm going to mash these after they cook, so it doesn't matter if the pieces are not the same size. Now, you don't have to peel your peaches this way if you don't want to, but I feel like it's less wasteful, and when you do it this way, it gives your jam or your preserve that beautiful color. So for me, this extra step makes a big difference. It's totally worth it for me. I wanted to weigh it out again so you can see how much I got, and it's a little bit less than 2 pounds. Now I'm going to add my white sugar, and the rule of thumb is a 1-to-1 ratio. But for me, that is too sweet. I don't like mine that sweet, so I do it according to how I like it. I would say anywhere from 1.5 cup to 1 3/4 cup of sugar is the right amount for this much peaches. By the way, I have this on medium heat And I'm going to let this cook for a total of 30 minutes. You're going to need the juice from 1 lime or 1 tablespoon of lime juice. So right around 10 to 15 minutes, your peaches will start to get soft, and that's when you'll want to go in there with a potato masher and mash it. You don't have to worry about the foam. The longer it cooks, the foam will go away. As you can see, the pieces are still big in there, but just let it cook some more and then mash it again. Just make sure you keep stirring it because you don't want it to stick or burn. I'm going in there a second time to mash it again. What I like about this recipe is that it doesn't have any pectin in it. And that just makes me feel like how when my mom used to make jam, she didn't use any pectin in her jams. It was always just lime juice. And I know here in the States people use lemon juice, but I've never used lemon. I always use lime because that's just how I grew up doing it. My mom never made peach jam because that's not something we would get in Belize. I'm not sure if they have peaches down there now. I think so, but I'm not sure. But she used to make maliapple jam and guava jam. As you can see, it's really starting to get thick, and that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Just keep stirring it. You don't want it to stick. You'll know it's finished when you spoon it up and it looks thick. It doesn't just slide right off the spoon. Now my jam is finished. I'm going to take the jars out of the water. Remember, I had this on low heat. Now I'm just going to drop the lids in there. I'm going to use my funnel and I'm going to fill the jars. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top because when you process the jam, it needs that space to expand. I had a little bit left over, so I just went ahead and put it in a dish, and we're going to eat that, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to cover each one, and I just love this little tool. It just makes it so much easier. Before I had this, I was struggling to get the lids out of the pot. So yeah, I just love it. Okay, you're going to seal it, but don't seal it too tight, just fingertip tight. I'm going to put this back in the hot water, and I'm going to let this boil and process for 20 minutes. The reason you process your jam is so that it has a longer shelf life. After the 20 minutes is up, I'm going to take them out and let them cool. Please be very careful, you don't want to burn yourself. Okay, this part is very important. So when you take out your jars, you want to make sure that they're sealed. Sometimes you'll hear the lids pop or ping right away, and sometimes it won't happen right away. Fast forward to the next day, it has completely cooled down, and this is what it looks like. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, this color just makes me so happy. Because these jars are properly sealed, they are hard to open. So I didn't want to mess up my fingernails, so I tried to use this knife, but it was still hard. So I just gave it to my hubby to open it. Look at this deliciousness. Oh my goodness, I wish I could share with you guys. It's so good. And I love the pieces of peaches in there. That's exactly how I like mine. Here I have some biscuits that I made, and I put some butter on it, and I'm going to put some of the jam on it. I love peach jam, it's just so good. Now if you don't like yours with the chunks in there and you want it to be smooth, you can just blend your peaches and then cook it up. If you love peaches or you love cobbler, I have a really good peach cobbler recipe. I'm going to leave it linked below if you're interested. Remember earlier I said I had some jams to show you? Well, here it is. This is the one where I didn't boil the peaches, I just peeled it the way it was. It was still good, just the color looks different. With this one, after I peeled the peaches, I blended it, and so the texture was really smooth and it was really good. But I used a different sugar. I used a raw cane sugar, so that's what made that one a little bit darker. And then here I have the star of the show. This is my favorite one. I just love the color of this one. I feel like this is exactly what I want. So I'm just sticking with this. I'll talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.